So number 24 looks a little challenging at first when we first look at it, but when you think about it a little bit further, it's not. It says the table of ordered pairs represents some points on the graph of the lines Q and V. And we have some tables, and we have two tables. And then it says, what system of equations best represents the lines Q and V? Well, the easiest way for me to do this is to look at my slope and write my equations. Okay? And so I'm going to write my equation for line Q. Line Q, my slope, my M is going to be equal to, well, when I go from 0 to 18, I'm adding 18. So that's going to be 18 over. And when I go from -9 to -3, I'm adding 3. No, wait. Hold on. Adding 6. -9 plus 6. Yeah. I'm adding 6 here. So that's going to be 18 divided by 6. That will give me a slope of +3. And my y-intercept is when x is equal to 0. So I don't really have an x is equal to 0 there, but I can easily make one. So this is going to be y is equal to 3x plus b. I'm going to use this point here because y is equal to 0. So that's going to be 0 is equal to 3 times -9 plus b. So 3 times -9, give me -27. That should be b, not 6. So then that gives me b is equal to +27. So my equation for line Q is going to be y is equal to 3x plus 27. Now I can eliminate f. No, like just looking at that one, I can eliminate all of them, but g. Because the only one that has an equation that looks like yours remotely. Let's see, hold on. Because if I move my y over here, it has our y on the left side. So that would give me -3x plus y is equal to 27. But let's say I don't want 3x to be positive, so I'm going to switch all my signs. So that's going to give me 3x minus y is equal to -27. So this looks real promising. That's the only one that's remotely like it. Let's check our second one. So line V, our slope, our M, is going to be equal to, we go from 18 to 8, or 10 to 8. We're subtracting 2. And to go from -4 to 0, we're adding 4. So that's going to give me a slope of -1/2. And my y-intercept is right here. So that's going to give me y is equal to -1/2 x plus 8. Now, it's got my x and y on that side. So what these all are all in standard form. And that's why when we talked about writing this over here, our x cannot be positive. And I'm going to move that over, so that's going to give me 1/2 x plus y is equal to 8. Now, I can't have fractions, so I'm going to multiply my whole equation by 2. So now that's going to become x plus 2y is equal to 16, which is my second equation, so it both matches. So my answer choice is, in fact, G. Number 25, which situation does not show causation? I know it's been a while. Causation means it's going to cause it to happen. That if this happens, the other will happen no matter what. When a student population at school increases, the number of teachers at the school increases. I'd say that that's causation. The amount of sugar in a quart of apple juice is reduced, the fewer calories in each serving. I would also say that that's causation. When there are more workers on a project is completed in less time. Well, yeah, I would definitely say that that is causation. You have more workers on the job, the faster the job is going to get finished. Now, we're just talking about the number of workers, and we're not talking about how lazy they might be. I know how you guys think. So, this is also causation. When there is more protein in an athlete's diet, the athlete scores more points in the game. That there's a correlation. There probably is a very good correlation to this. But if I put more protein in the athlete's diet, it's not going to cause their scores to cause them to get more scores in the game. This is correlation only, not causation. So our answer choice is D. Number 26, we're putting from vertex form to standard. So this is going to be y, or f of x, is equal to -4. I'm going to take, this is a perfect square. So that becomes x squared plus 14x, because 7 plus 7 is 14, plus 49, 7 squared is 49, minus 6. Now I need to distribute that -4. So that becomes y is equal to -4x squared minus, I need my calculator, 14 times 4 will give me 56x minus 49 times 4 will give me 196 minus 6, 196 plus 6, give me 202. So this is going to be y is equal to -4x squared minus 56x minus 202, which is our answer choice, F. Number 27, an airplane was thrown from the top of the tall building, paper airplane, not a plane. It's been a long day. A paper airplane was thrown from the top of a tall building. The height of the paper airplane above the ground can be found using the function y is equal to -1.5x plus 60, where x is the time in seconds that the airplane has been in the air. Okay, so how many seconds does it take the paper airplane to reach the ground? So we're looking for when y is equal to 0, because it's going to touch the ground when y is equal to 0. So quite simply, I need to say 0 is equal to -1.5x plus 60. Add 60, or subtract 60. This isn't a quadratic. This is a linear. But we can still solve this just like we would a quadratic. Divide by -1.5. Divide by -1.5 because the zeros of the graph mean the same thing. So 60 divided by 1.5 will give me 40. So it will take 40 seconds to reach the ground. It's that simple. Easy, right? Number 28. Which expression is equivalent to the expression given for all the values of q where the expression is defined? So I have a power rule and a quotient rule. I'm going to distribute my power rule first. So this is going to become q times, so 4 times -3 will give me q to the -12 over q to -15. Same base. You can handle this a couple ways. I would go ahead and subtract. So this becomes q to the -12 minus -15. So then this is going to give me q negative 12 plus 15, which is going to give me q to the third power, which is our answer choice, H. Another way that you could have done that is switched. Everything positive goes to the top, everything negative goes to the bottom. So you could have said q to the 15 over q to the 12, which then when you subtract those, you would have saw that you would have had a positive number. Again, this one's really easy. Which graph best represents a quadratic function that only has one zero? One. Okay, let's talk about this. I have a 0 here. 0 means when it crosses the x-axis. So I have a 0 there. So that's 2 zeros. Number C, I have a 0 there and I have a 0 there. So again, 2 zeros. C, I only have 1 0. Or B, not C. Be careful, because watch your letters with that one. D has no zeros. No solutions. No zeros, no solutions. So if they were to ask you which one was no solution, it would have been D. And 30, I'm going to go ahead and end it at 30. What is the solution set for the equation given? Quite simply, we are solving for x. So combine all of your like terms. So I'm going to move my 4x over. So that's going to give me 10 greater than or equal to 9x plus 55 minus 55 minus 55. That's going to give me 10 minus 55 will give me negative 45 greater than or equal to 9x. Divide by 9, divide by 9. So then that will give me x is equal to negative 5. Now, be careful. I almost made one mistake. So this is x greater than or equal to negative 5. These have the x on the left side. So when I move my x over, I need to switch my inequality. So when I move my x to the left side, like it is in my answer choices, I need to switch my inequality symbol. So that's going to give me my answer choice H. I was doing it mentally anyways. I just wasn't explaining it well. All right. See you in the next videos.